Hey guys, you're watching the Crypto Future. My name is Teddy, and today I want to talk about the Tarp Report and really what was released by them, what I think about it. A lot of you guys have been with me in the comments and DMs telling me, Teddy, you need to review this. They released something. I was traveling the last 2 days. I am now in India, so if you hear the cars, this is the fact of India. You know, I'm in Vizag here. It's South Indian. It's in South India. It's an area here close to the ocean, and it's got a lot of traffic. And in India, people use the horn as a way to communicate with each other to be like, "Hey, I'm here." And the type of driving they do here is like you make your own lane. There's no real following of driving rules that we have in America. So a little bit of adjustment needed. And yeah, so really want to also say before I even dive into this that I have no disrespect for TARP. When I first researched TARP, when I debated with Justin or Just Moonshot, I always have been intrigued on their solution. They've always said, hey, we want to do an app that does contract analysis and they want to add AI to it. There are apps already in the IT world that I use currently called Sonar Cloud that do code reviews and will go through a code and give you, hey, this is an unused variable. Hey, this is something, and there are tools that exist. So what they are trying to do is add something like that, like a code review process with AI on contracts. And that's as far as I know about TARP. And let's dive into it. So right here, you will see that I've opened up this TARP report, which I got from this tweet on February 3rd. We have had a great open communication with Luke, the CMO, and they're researching the airdropped pre-sale wallets. Here is the report of our findings with a solution to stop the large sell-offs of pre-sale wallets should they choose to use. So I don't know what large, right off the bat, I read this, I'm not sure what large sell-offs they're talking about. If you guys know anything about Shinja, you know that if a pre-sale wallet does a sell-off, Cliff blacklists that wallet, he burns all the tokens that wallet had. It's not something that they're breaking the rules, right, of the pre-sale. And that's not something that I guess TARP is aware of, because out of 53 pre-sale wallets, only I think 3 of them were bad seeds, and the price hasn't been impacted that much from a sell-off. So very, very intrigued. Let's go into this, right? So TARP report, going through the first page. First page is just TARP report February 2nd. So I saw this on February 3rd. It is now February 6th. So if you guys have already seen this, I'm sorry. I'm just giving you my review so you're aware. So the second page is the project, the deployer address, the contract address, the blockchain. Okay, so Ethereum, project website. So yeah, shibnobi.com. Disclaimer. So pretty standard, right? So the third page is a disclaimer. How many pages? This is 9 pages. And I'm on the third page. The following report is a limited scope analysis based on current industry best practices focused on cybersecurity vulnerabilities in both the project framework as well as the smart contract algorithms. That sounds really fancy. Cybersecurity, guys. Cybersecurity. Awesome. While best efforts have been made in both the analysis and creation of this report, those findings are informational only and should not be used as a basis for any personal investment decisions. So they're not financial advisors. Any and all decisions related to personal investments are the sole responsibility of the individual investor, and it is critical that each person conduct their own independent investigation making such decisions. TARP cannot be held liable for personal investment decisions. So yeah, I'm not a financial advisor. They're not a financial advisor, but they are very nice and they want to inform and make sure the Shibnobi investors are protected, right? So Tarp Mission, the cryptocurrency is the future of finance, but one of the largest roadblocks is broad-based adoption is the prevalence of predatory scams coupled with highly complex smart contracts that can easily introduce unanticipated risks to investor funds. Tarp's mission is to make cryptocurrency a safe space for all investors. from advanced to beginner through a series of educational and utility-based solutions. Okay. And keep in mind, there is nothing, so this is just a manual review. This is not part of the Tarp's app or like what they're trying to do. It sounds like this is just a regular manual review that they did because they were concerned. On February 1st, the cryptocurrency token Shinja Shibnobi experienced a significant price correction. See image below. As a result of the sell-off event, several Shinja/Shibnobi investors contacted Tarp seeking help in analyzing what they felt was suspicious selling activity. I don't know if I believe that statement. I'm pretty sure most Shinja and Shibnobi investors know that the information that they can get is right from Shinja's AMA. That's been relevant for almost anyone that's in this project. If you're not, definitely check out the Shinja AMAs. They run them on Telegram, but you can see them on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, like literally everywhere. So let's see. In fact, the report is not exhaustive analysis of the project. Instead, we were asked to investigate a specific situation with regards to the selling activity pictured below, and this report not only details exactly what those sells are, but also proposes a solution to the Shinja/Shibnobi dev team that can prevent further price degradation. Tarp's only goal is to ensure the safety of all Shinja/Shibnobi investors. Thank you, Tarp. Thank you. I really hope that I get the same type of reports for other projects I'm in. I'm very intrigued to see other reports because this is my first time getting a report like this. So, okay, so that was what? That was the 4th page. So now I'm on the 5th page, and it's the white paper. Okay. I'm on the 6th page, and it's information. So the most recent airdrop was January 9th, 2022. Total transactions in airdrop 68. Total numbers of tokens airdropped, some crazy number that starts with 3. Today's value, that's 48 million. So they airdropped 48 million. Okay. I mean, I don't see anything wrong so far with airdropping 48 million. Most coins do airdrops that if they want, and this is how you go about it. I don't know if the value... So 48 million, I'm not sure if that's supposed to be like, hey, you shouldn't be giving out 48 million. I mean, there were pre-sale investors that gave us a liquidity. So if they're entitled to 48 million across 68 wallets, I mean, are you not going to reward the pre-sale guys for giving us liquidity? I don't know. So the total Ethereum is 17,311. So the problem, prior to its official launch, Shinja/Shibnobi conducted a significant pre-sale event. I mean, most tokens conduct pre-sale events, and if they don't, they have to come up with some type of initial liquidity. So, okay. According to Luke, CMO of Shinja/Shibnobi, the pre-sales sold a large supply of tokens with verbal agreements meant to govern the quantity and the frequency of sells. To avoid negative price impact following pre-sale token distributions, no contractual measures were implemented to enforce these rules. Okay. So they know that there was no contractual measures implemented to enforce these rules. I don't know if that contractual measures are in the token's contract or if they're talking about like something you sign, contractually. I'm not sure. I've never dove into that, but if they're saying that's what it is and they got that information from Luke, okay. As the token's value grew exponentially, which I want them to grow exponentially, so did the risk associated with these pre-sale airdrop distributions. To deal with this risk, this Shinja/Shibnobi team has been deferring airdrops across multiple batch transactions, but this only postpones or prolongs the problem. I mean, this is already what they said they're going to do. There's I think 4 airdrops that they're doing for their pre-sale investors. I think they've conducted 2 already. There's 2 more to go, and it's already part of the timeline. So I'm not sure what postpones or prolongs the problem, because right now they're adhering to it, and if the money's going up, like, why would they not, right? The next airdrop is scheduled for July of 2022. Okay. Information from Luke, CMO, on a call. So they got on a call and I guess they documented their notes. So the exact number of pre-sale participants was not disclosed. You can go to an AMA and you can find out what the exact number is. I want to say it was like 113, and there was a point where when the token went live, some of the pre-sale investors had the option to pull out and not receive airdrop rewards, and then they can sell their tokens if they want. The other 53 that stayed, they're going to receive the airdrops. But if the other 53 try and sell the token or do a sell-off, they're going to be blacklisted, because you have to wait for all the airdrops to complete before you can sell the token. That's been pretty evident. Out of 53 people, they had, 3 or 2 bad seeds? Okay. Potential impact. Large sell-offs from pre-sale token recipients could cause massive price impacts after every airdrop event. So they've done a few airdrop events, haven't seen a massive price impact that hasn't recovered. There's other investors other than the pre-sale. And this is another thing, right? Pre-sale investors are just the pre-sale people that gave liquidity. There are wallets right now that hold, if not more than the pre-sale investors, or close to the pre-sale investors. And those guys aren't concerned. Why aren't you concerned about those? It's only these pre-sale wallets. Seems kind of weird. So transaction hash of the last airdrop, they gave you the transaction hash. You can go look at it. They just dropped that 48 million across those wallets. The following solution was developed and proposed. So now I'm on page 8. So I don't know how much I learned in the first 7 pages, but thank you for being informational, I guess. So Tarp Solution, following solution was developed and proposed to the Shinja/Shibnobi team. Which, if implemented, would mitigate the risks associated with these uncontrolled large sell-offs every time an airdrop occurs. There hasn't been large sell-offs every time airdrops occur. I mean, if there was, why isn't the price tanked? Why aren't we rugged, right? So this is their solution. Create a bridged token that is for pre-sale investors for future airdrops. So there's 2 airdrops left that I am aware of, and I don't know if we need to go to that bridged token route. I cannot see why. The second contract should have sell limitations and cooldowns. Okay, so their solution is, hey, all the airdrop guys get a new contract, and you make that a bridged token between, I guess, Shinja and this new token. So being a bridged contract, it would hold the same value as the original contract, and any sales on this contract would be reflected in the price between the 2 tokens. So the solution is, now you have to have 2 tokens that you have bridged. You have a bridged contract, and they need to hold the same value. And this is only for the pre-sale guys? What about all the other guys? This could be achieved with the transaction amount and the following cooldown code. So they legit put in cooldown code, right? So these guys are supposed to make a new contract and put in this anti-dump cooldown code. And what it does, I'm just reading it high level, but there's a mapping address. They're putting that as a public last trade. The Boolean public cooldown enabled is true. Boolean is true or false value. Unit 256 public cooldown time. So they've now set 40 seconds as a public cooldown. And the actual cooldown code is if from not equal pair and cooldown enabled. So cooldown enabled is true, and it's not a pair, and cooldown enabled is true. Unit 256 time passed equals block timestamp. So last trade is the value they're grabbing. Required time passed. So they're waiting. So they have to wait, 40 seconds before doing a transaction? Required time passed. Cooldown. You must wait cooldown time. 40 seconds. Function to create call action. Function update cooldown setting. Boolean enabled. Unit 256. External only owner. Cooldown enabled equals underscore enabled. Cooldown time equals time in seconds times 1 second. Function to create call action. Function update cooldown settings. So every time that call is called, they're updating the cooldown settings by doing time in seconds, so that 40 seconds times 1. Times 1? Okay. I mean, if you guys are contract readers, definitely tell me. Does this seem like, I don't know. To me, I'm reading this, I'm like, so you're limiting the airdrop guys from doing a sale. But if an airdrop guy does sales before the airdrops are complete, they're legit gonna be breaking the rules set by Cliff. So that wallet will be blacklisted anyway. So why are you giving me code for anti-dump if the wallet gets blacklisted if they do anything between now and the last airdrop? Okay, let's assume they're all concerned about the last airdrop, right? Even with the last airdrop, there really isn't anything at that point. Once that last airdrop comes, if I'm an investor and you've told me I can pull my profits, I can take that money, that's on them, you know? So now I'm an investor and I know that the last airdrop that these all 50 guys could sell off all their Shinja and pull out. So if I'm an investor, and I know that July something is that date, I would take my profits well before then, take my initial investment out. But it's not financial advice. It's like, this is public knowledge. Like, we all know this, right? So let's continue. Solution continued. So they explained the code for us normies, right? I consider myself a normie. I have been reading Solidity, and I have been doing a little bit of knowledge on blockchain development. So I'm not quite there for expert level. I would say I'm still novice, but I'm learning, you know? So time of cooldown would be as per rules provided at the time of pre-sale. 86,400 seconds would be 24 hours. Developers should create a call where this can be adjusted as needed. So they're not even telling you the time. They're just saying this would allow enforcement of original rules. I mean, 53, only 3 failed, and if they did broke the rules, it benefits me from them doing a burn. Yeah. If possible, get the original account holders to return current airdrop or what they have left and airdrop to the new contract. So now Cliff has to reach out to all 50 people, get them to re-give their airdrop back to this new contract or back to the original wallet that they got it from. If there is a bridge in place, the price will be pegged and thus the same on both tokens. There would need to be liquidity added for that token to be sold via swap on other blockchain. So 48 million would have to have liquidity on both tokens now. That seems kind of crazy. And please correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Like, I read all the comments. I will always make an update video in case any of this sounds crazy, because right now it sounds pretty crazy. I don't think there's any need to do this. Benefits to current pre-buyers. Lower transaction cost on sales. Benefits to regular investors. Significant reduction in price impact related to airdrop distributions. There is no price impact related to airdrop distributions. You guys, like, am I crazy here? Thank you for your consideration, Justin, Matt. Totally a rug pull. So really, I'm reading this Tarp report. I'm doing this deep dive with you guys. Nothing in here is screaming out to me like, hey, they need to do this solution for the airdrop wallets. I mean, we all know, if you're a Shinja investor, when that last airdrop will be. At that point, you have to make an educated guess on what you want to do. Adding this type of anti-dump, trying to do another liquidity, doing 2 separate bridge contracts, it seems very excessive for a token, you know? And at some point, they're going to be legitimized. Even if those 50 pre-sale guys go away, there's going to be another 50 people ready to take their spot. You don't think when the price dips, people are going to buy more? You know? They've seen, hey, this is the average price of Shinja. Okay, now these guys are, Shinja's on sale right now. People are going to buy it. I literally do not see any solution that they've given that is needed right now. It's nice they're recommending it, but also let's look at this chart, right? So they said February 1st, and you see this big decline. Well, what about January 28th? Big decline. What about January 27th? Big decline. But look, it always recovers. It's recovered. Oh, in this screenshot, it hasn't recovered. Let's go look. So February 1st, big decline. Trading sideways, went up, going back down. But right now, technically, if you look at from February 1st to now, all it's doing is trading sideways. All it's doing is trading sideways. So you're telling me, and I'll zoom out, right? It's already hit. It's almost hit its all-time high twice. This is like 2 peaks right here, guys. So I'm not even sure what impact that they're trying to stop. And look, This isn't the first time it's gone down. It's gone down here on December 23rd significantly, and it's bounced back up. Are they assuming that, like, just because uh, one pre-sale guy sold his tokens, that this is going to happen, and we're prolonging the situation, that all 50 people are going to do this? People are going to take their profits. It is your responsibility. You know the time. You know when this airdrop's going to happen. Cliff is very straightforward with you guys. He'll tell you that date. So at that time, you guys make that decision. And I guarantee you, when that time comes, we'll probably be way higher than we are now. I mean, what is so horrible that the price is plummeting? You know, it's not. The price is trading sideways. So at the same time, you know, I also want to look at Tarp here. So as you guys, if you watch my live stream, I did a prediction. Hey, Tarp's going to have a breakout. This is a downtrend. And I zoomed out, right? I mean, they've been downtrending a long time. Looks like they're finally on a breakout here. A few days later, they did get that breakout. And the breakout actually looks like it's doing a trip. This almost looks like a kicker. I don't know if you guys look at chart patterns or candlestick patterns. This does look like a kicker. It may go one or two more green candles before it drops again. Not financial advice, just what I know about chart analysis and candlestick patterns. But compared to Shinja's, I mean, both tokens are just, I guess you could technically still call this a downtrend breakout, while Shinja's trading sideways. You know, nothing in here is screaming to me as like, hey, Tarp's doing this or coming after Shinja because they need to increase their holders. They're at what, 4,432 holders? Not that much have increased. So it looks like maybe they didn't shoot themselves in the foot. You know, maybe the Tarp investors really like the fact that, hey, they called out Shinja and now Shinja's doing horrible and Tarp's doing great. It's up. It's temporary, guys. This is all temporary. I'm looking at this report as well. 9 pages of fluff. I mean, sorry, 8 pages of fluff. Really 1 page at the end that kind of tells you this problem, but it's really up to Cliff and the team whether they want to implement it. I'm reading this code and I'm like, I don't think it's worth the effort for the dev team to go make another contract, find liquidity, ask all the pre-sale guys to re-give them back the airdrop tokens. I mean, if they wanted to give that solution, they should say, hey, for the next airdrop, have the solution implemented. But they're like, no. They want all the airdrop tokens back, then they're going to go through and set the seconds, and that second's going to increase, so they follow the rules of the pre-sale. Guys, it is up to the investor whether he wants to follow the rules of the pre-sale, because he also knows the downside of not following the rules, that they're going to lock his tokens. I mean, if you're an investor and you do that silly thing where you sell your tokens for that tiny profit, that's on you. I don't think you can come be like, hey, Shinja's not protecting their investors, because they are protecting their investors. They're doing the burns. They're blacklisting the wallets. You know, the price shows you that it has recovered multiple times. And these other sells are not from an investor, and the price has recovered. So you don't think the price is going to recover now? So guys, I know this is really long. Hopefully you've been able to follow along with me on this report. Please tell me, what do you guys think? You know, let me know down in the comments below. I do respond to every single comment, so I'm very intrigued to see what you guys say. And if you like this type of content, you like getting these deep dives and really going through the report, please like and subscribe to this video. It helps my channel a lot. All of you guys have been exponential in my growth for my channel. Like, I have grown in the last 1 month, 10 days I've had this channel. I'm at almost 1,600 subscribers. That is crazy. When I first started, 10 days, I got like 40 subscribers and I was happy then. I'm like, hey, someone's reading my content. Someone appreciates this. And now there's 1,600 of you plus that appreciate my content. That is so crazy to me. I can't believe I'm in this position where you guys are asking for my information and what I think about things, and I appreciate that a lot. Hopefully you made it to the end of this video, and I will catch you next time. Please let me know what you guys think on about this. I really want to see, do you agree with me? Do you think that Shinja needs to do this? And I also know Cliff will do an AMA. Well, I think he's on vacation right now. As soon as he's back, I'm going to try and get the official Cliff answer to see. But I wouldn't be surprised if he agrees with me. I also wouldn't be surprised surprised if he agrees with Tarp that, yeah, we can do this as a solution, but it's not worth the time and effort when they have so many other things going on, like the Kosari blockchain, getting the Shinja coin on their own blockchain, so you'd have a bridge between the token and the coin. Like, I think that effort is more beneficial to us than trying to protect ourselves from 50 million in airdrop. Cannot see that being an issue right now. We are here for $1 billion market cap. 50 million is nothing. We're here for 2 billion. We can get down to 5 billion if we truly tried, right? So guys, I talk a lot. I'm sorry, but thanks for watching. Until next time.